Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the GearBox Precision Call. I know it may be afternoon. It could be late night. I know we have global callers calling in from all around the world in 75 countries. So thank you so much for being here with us. Go ahead and let me know in the chat box where you're calling in from, how your week went, if you're in any drawdown, what pairs you're in drawdown on, if you made any profit, what pairs you made some profit on. Go ahead and let me know what you're experiencing so I best know how to shape this call this morning for all of you. And with that being said, we're going to get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and read the risk disclosure, and then we're going to get straight into actually going ahead and checking out all of the results for the week, what's going on in the market. It's been a crazy week in the markets. There's a lot of things happening. So we're going to get right after it. But before I get started, I have to read you this risk disclosure. There's a substantial risk of loss associated with trading Forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset class is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset class should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria chat room constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell. All right. With that being said, let's get right after it. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go right into the week. As always, we're going to go through our VPSs for the week and take a look at what's going on. You can see that Euro NZD just has not been taking trades for us lately. It's been kind of just in these little consolidated phases. I know some people got into some buys around here. They've been playing out. You know, but for me, we haven't experienced anything on this account. AUD CAD as well. I'm currently not in any trades on. This VPS has nothing open. Over here, NZD JPY, we are in some trades right now, getting some action, a little 5% drawdown. NZD CHF, we are not in any trades at the moment. Euro GBP, we have still yet to take a trade on. No surprises here. USD CAD, we are indeed in some drawdown. We are in some buys. Waiting on a nice little flip here and a little 2% drawdown. NZD USD, we are not in any open trades on. Taking a look at GBP USD, we got pretty close to an entry here on a sell. If it keeps pumping up a little bit, we'll definitely probably take an entry here. That'd be nice before the market closes. We shall see. GBP NZD getting close to a sell or a buy as well, but no, not there. Market would have to fall down a bit more. GBP JPY, even with this spike up, we did not take it. We didn't touch it. We didn't take it. It had a nice little spike, but wasn't a big enough move that played for us to get in. As you can see, we're only in a sell in the ghost gears. On the other hand, GBP CAD, we are in some buys. We are in some floating profit, and we are swinging towards our goal here. You can see GBP AUD, we are in floating profit. We took a great trade. It's been floating near our TP. I actually closed out this trade earlier on another account of mine, a larger $10,000 account. I was about 5 pips from TP. I closed it manually. Sometimes I don't wait for him to hit TP. If I'm within 10 pips of TP and I see that little green bar, man, I'm closing. These days I don't wait around for the TP that much. If I'm that close, I just take my profit and run. And I encourage many of you to learn to do the same. GBP CAD, yep, we covered. All right, let's move on to the next VPS here. Euro CHF, we got no trades on. Euro CAD, what a terrible one for us, right? We can see that in this case, our account has indeed reached balance protection, so it did not take a level 7 trade. It is currently in a trade that's down $146. It railed a stop loss, or two. Let's take a peek. We railed 3 stop losses. So yeah, EuroCAD absolutely went against us on this little $500 swing account. We can see that that is going to put this account in what we would call the worst performing pair section, along with some of its other brothers and sisters like AED-CHF. But taking a look at that data tells us, and we didn't get too far away from railing another stop loss, which had we railed this stop loss, it would have pretty much annihilated this little $500 account on EuroCAD. So in understanding that, we're going to probably be eliminating EuroCAD from our pairs, and we're going to take a look at the MyFX book. This isn't the first time EuroCAD's done this to us. EuroCAD in the past has definitely sustained some losses and then made it back, and it's showing us, you can see back in January when EuroCAD had some huge moves that definitely caused some losses. And, we've been experiencing the same thing on a rapid drop here. As you can see, we have gone close to 800 pips down. That's a very large move in the currency pairs market, especially on something like EuroCAD. It's not that these are minors. I mean, it would be considered a minor pair, not a major, but these are 2 major world currencies. So to see a large move like that without too much news besides, some Canadian government lockdowns and COVID stuff, I mean, for me, I'm not having it. We'll definitely be eliminating EuroCAD as well as increasing its entries for those of you who continue to still run it. I'm also, just for fun, because this thing moved that far, we're going to go ahead and increase our balance protection and let this thing take one more trade. So we're in how much drawdown right now? We're under 50. But weekly floating is over 57. We'll just set this at 60, and this should go ahead and allow us to take one more trade. Oh, this is an old version. Nope, I got to update my GearBox. So this product has expired. Well, I'll do that in a little bit. But with that being said, obviously you can see what happened there. Let's continue on. We got nothing on Euro CHF. This one bigger. Alrighty. Taking a look, NZD CAD as well. Got us in a little trouble. Nothing close to EuroCAD. We've been playing, and we can see that it is on the up and up, working back towards making its TP. It looks as if we here entered on level 2. We're all the way down to level 6. Could have deployed another level, but it didn't move enough. Had we probably come down around here, probably would have taken another position. GBP CHF, we have no entries on. Moving on, USD CHF, we are in floating profit just a little bit right now on a buy trade. Working its way towards TP. It looks like it almost made its way there and then came back down here. So we're looking to play that. AED USD, we did not get any trades. We are on a sell 4, so not too far off here. CAD CHF, on the other hand, again, we did not get into any trades. CHF JPY is definitely one of these troublesome ones. As well, we can see balance protection's been hit. We have not touched any stop losses yet here, but we are currently in a large drawdown. This is going to put CHF JPY at a increase entries by 2, meaning that for future we will not be taking entries until level 4 on CHF JPY, which would have eliminated about $90 of this drawdown on this here $632 account. So we would be eliminating that, and actually it would bring these numbers down too, as our starting lot would be deployed right here at a 0.01 instead of a 0.03. So we'd be in a much better condition had we increased entries here. So going forward to optimize, we will be increasing entries on CHF-JPY, and we will increase them on EuroCAD, as well as put EuroCAD in the worst performing pairs situation. Taking a look into CAD CHF, we have nothing going on here. AUD USD as well, nothing going on. USD CHF, as we said, was in a little floating. Moving on here, AUD CHF, we have not taken any trades on. Oh, that explains why. Okay, 324, 323, there we go. AUD NZD, we are currently in some floating profit on, and we are pushing our way to a take profit right now. Taking a look at AUD JPY. AUD JPY is in a little drawdown, currently in sell positions. USD JPY is currently in floating profit in a sell, and it is coming down. A great position it took, actually, right there. And where did... There's administrator. As well, 10K account, swing account. It's running, doing its thing. It is also in, it just actually... It's been in EuroCAD buys here as well. It just also entered USD CHF buy, and it's already in profit. It just took this trade this morning. Awesome. Nice to see. But we are in a little drawdown. We did close out some profit this morning. We can see that we just took some AUD NZD profit for close to 1% this morning. So awesome, doing what it does, trading it through. And let's go take a look at the MyFX books, and I'm going to review some of the questions here in a minute. All right, we're going to take a look at the MyFX books. Let me take a look at the chat box. Nikki, hi Tyler, I accepted one trade for CHF JPY and entered 3 into those trades over the next couple of days. Is that normal? I thought you had to accept every trade. No, Nikki, you accept the sequence of trades in GearBox's case. So you're pre-accepting multiple entries on that single currency pair for it to basically take a directional move. So when you entered that CHF JPY trade, whether you entered a sell or a buy, you were approving the sequence it needed. Alrighty, let's go to the MyFX book. So, oops, this is a long-term running FX book. That's not what we're trying to look for. Where are we? Here we are. All right. So first, let's take a look at EuroCAD. We can see EuroCAD sustained a loss. Now, this wouldn't be the first time EuroCAD's done this. We can see that EuroCAD was doing great from November up until about February. Took a loss back down to 16%. Regrew it all, and we were getting excited. And then went ahead and lost 15%. So not only did it lose the 44% profit it was up, it's now down 15% from our initial deposit. So as well as reaching a 53% drawdown at one point. So what does this mean for us? This means that EuroCAD will go into a worst performing pair section. The entries will be increased by 2 on this pair for those who would like to continue to use it, as it reached 50% drawdown on a $500 account. But over time, it just hasn't been that profitable a pair. You know, the last few months especially were decently slow with it. It had a 14% loss in March and 41 here. We're going to just go ahead and throw this into the worst performing pairs section. Taking a look at the rest of the pairs here, as we can see, everything else has been continuing to perform that is in the performing pairs. So, we will go ahead and eliminate EuroCAD moving forward. We still never eliminated Euro AUD. It hasn't really done much again in a long time, wherever it is. Euro AUD. Okay, there we go. Actually, it came back. Euro AUD had taken a loss at 1.2 from 36 back down, but currently, as of May, we were up 37. It hasn't taken a trade since May. But, also not maybe the best performer anymore. Let's see. The only other ones that had taken a loss at one point was GBP CAD. And that was because it had its max levels set where it is, around 8. Remember, your max gears setting is set around 7, which means 7 is 8 in the case of the software. So if you're at a level 7 trade, in this case, all trades hit stop loss and the max gears were not increased, therefore it could not take another cost average trade to recover this. But right now we're in some buys and we'll let those play out and do what they need to do. Overall, GBP CAD as well hasn't been the best performer for us over here, right? So we tend to look at this data, see, okay, what has performed time and time again, and you'll take a look at some of these top performers and you'll be able to see. And this is why we scan them all, because some are better than others. There is no secret here. But I can tell you that we will be eliminating EuroCAD 100%. And if I come back over to us, let me take a look at the chat box. I'm not seeing anything else here in the chat box. Okay, 29% DD, did 5.4% profit this week. 6 max pairs, a little risky. No CHF pairs, though. That's good. Definitely a big profit week regardless. Definitely in some drawdown with the markets and the way things have been trending, as we just talked about. There's some major pairs that are trending harder than normal. Things we haven't seen in a while. I would say that this week was a bit of a black swan event for many of these currency pairs in the ways that they traded and they performed. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the week ahead and see what we have going on in the news. I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you can get out of trades today, tomorrow, close trades on your account, if you're not in major drawdown or you're not in any risky positions, I would look. I'm going to run my data accounts regardless. But if I was a conservative user, knowing that this week there's some big news coming out, you may not see it here, but there's definitely some things regarding the entire United States finances this week, specifically on the 18th, as well as there's a Bitcoin ETF supposed to be getting approved on the 18th. There's just a lot of uncertainty in the market, in my opinion, and things that could be a swing either way. And when you have large, lurking, trending events with uncertainty, the one thing as a trader I can tell you is oftentimes as a trader, the best time to stick out of the market is in times of uncertainty. And I would tell you that this week might be one of those. So whether you want to run and you just want to run extra conservative, you want to switch to sniper or super sniper and not run swing at all, and lower your lot size, I will be taking a much more conservative approach to the markets this week on all my accounts. Many accounts will sit out of the market entirely. Many data accounts will continue to run, but I would encourage many people to take a more conservative approach to the markets this week with all of the possible uncertainty that exists. And I know Steve Vetterl has also been covering some of this. If you guys tune into our Market Watch segment, I would definitely encourage you to tune into Market Watch with Steve Vetterl. His calls are invaluable, or extremely valuable for you, right? You must tune into them and understand at all times kind of what's going on in the markets when you're using any form of automated trading softwares or products. But taking a look at the week ahead, you can see there's some red folder news on Sunday. Monday seems pretty bland besides for AUD. But I'm telling you that Monday is a big day, regardless of what this says. There'll be weeks where there's no red folder news, but if you're not paying attention to economics, there are major plays happening, and some of that happens this week. Tuesday, we have GBP. Wednesday, we have Canadian red folder. Thursday, we have another AED red folder, and Friday, we have a Euro red folder. So we have a little bit of all the major, I'd say, currency pairs red folders this week. And in understanding that, again, it doesn't seem like that high of a red folder week, but just know there's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now and a lot going on in the world. And I would take a much more conservative approach to the markets this week. That would be how I'm personally going to handle my accounts. Great question, but I don't need to do that to tell you how they're going to have completely different results week by week. It's really simple. If you could set up two VPSs, same time, turn them on a second apart, and they might get into different trades. Different take profits, different stop losses. You're never going to have the same take profit or stop loss as the person next to you. That's what makes GearBox so unique, is it's individually trading on every single person's account. This isn't a mirror trader. It's not a copy trader. Again, it's a full algorithm that is running independently on every single person's VPS. So everyone's going to have technically different results week by week due to pair entries that EA decides to take. Yeah, absolutely. And that also depends on other factors such as brokers, the different feeds that they're on, because not all brokers' feeds are alike or liquidity providers are alike. Everyone's quoting sometimes a different price. Somebody might miss a stop loss by 5 pips and somebody else might hit that stop loss on a different broker. Doesn't always mean manipulation. It's purely liquidity at the end of the day. And not all things and scenarios are the same. Whether someone's got the identical setup, identical broker, identical settings, they can completely take different trades and have a different experience. But with that being said, yeah, just a reminder, this week again is going to be one of those weeks where you're going to want to go ahead and really take control. Put yourself in the position to be more conservative than normal. If you're already a conservative person, I would probably tell you that this is one of those weeks where there's uncertainty. It could be a great week. It could also be a bad week. And when there's uncertainty for me, again, I try to take it with a much more conservative approach. Understanding that, yeah, the software is designed for black swan events, like which happened in EuroCAD. Okay, 800 pips one direction, didn't blow the account. A little $500 account, lost a few $100s. All right. The normal starting balance for GearBox is $1,000. So yeah, somebody be down a little bit of money had they been experiencing that. But at the same time, we did not lose the account. We didn't blow an account. And the goal in trading is to stay alive to see another day. And with that being said, let's go out there, continue to compound and build our wealth. Losses are inevitable. Profits are also always there. And let's go make it happen. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Thank you all so much for tuning in with me on this call this morning. And I look forward to hopefully another amazing week ahead. But again, it can be amazing depending on how conservative you are, because the riskier you are, the more susceptible you are to risk and loss. And with that being said, T-Mac out. Have a wonderful day, everybody.